problem is that it's not the money. The problem is the people who believe it. So it doesn't matter what you use now, it will never be used forever. So have you ever opened your wallet or opened your bank app and been like, and seen a lot of money in your account and been like, wait though, what actually gives money value? Well, in this video, we're going to find out. We're going to dive in and find out really what causes money to have value and why isn't it gold that we are using in our economy in the times of old. Stay tuned, we love this. Okay, so first of all, what is money? Money isn't actually a real thing. It's more like a function. What happens is that money isn't actually something. It's just a function. It's a role. It has a role to play in assigning prices to assets. So anyway, before money, there was trade by barter. Before we actually ever used anything for exchange, the first form of exchange was trade by barter, where I have yam and somebody has rice. I have too much yam and I don't know what to do with it, but I don't have enough rice. So I go to my friend or my neighbor who has rice and I'm like, yo bro, you gonna rice. Then the guy will be like, okay, I'll give you rice, you give me yam. That's what we were using first. Then over time they became a problem. The issue was that, let's just say you have excess rice and you want yam. But me, I don't have enough yam to give you. So like I can't give it to you. So you just take your rice and go. Because me, I can't give you the yam. So that was the issue with trade by barter. It's not every time it was needed. So human beings now decided to find something else. And that's where they went to exchange. That's when they started using seashells for exchange. I bring seashell, you give me food. I bring this type of shell, you give me food. And it evolved from seashells. We started using different things. Even I think in America they were using skin. There was a time they were using skin for exchange of goods. Over time we started using metals. That is gold, silver, iron, copper. Then later on, gold became the most accepted form of exchange in the whole world. The reason gold succeeded so much because it was scarce, divisible, recognized by so many cultures, and it was durable. That means it lasted for a very, very long time. And so gold over time became the universal currency using gold. Gold that we're looking for now, get time we put in the plenty. So that's just what gold became the most widely accepted currency. For a long time it was actually working because people trusted gold, that they couldn't make more of it. More like fake gold wasn't really circulating like that. They trusted that gold was real, scarce and durable. Since everybody recognized gold as valuable, people trusted it and used it to make trades. Are we getting it? Are we understanding? Pretty sure we are. Yeah, we're smart kids. Now, economies backed by gold made like serious growth, very, very huge growth, like the Roman Empire and so many different economies. And so the world started using metals for exchange. They started using gold. The thing about gold was that it kept inflation low, but also made it hard for the economy to grow. In my last video, I explained how a little inflation actually makes the economy grow. But I think the inflation gold had was too little for the economy to see significant growth at that time. It was during this period that we saw banks rising. So when banks started, what they actually did was that you bring 1 bar of gold and then they gave you one like paper receipt, let's call it, that's money, paper receipt for that gold. So what happens is that amount that you have can buy the exact amount of gold in the bank. So what bank was actually made as in the beginning was vaults. They were made as vaults to store people's gold. So over time they started giving more receipts than they were gold in the bank. They were hoping that most people won't come to take their money immediately, and actually it worked. And over time, as the thing worked, the government saw this was working and decided to start their own. and this is what gave birth to fiat currency or paper money that we have now. They had to adopt it as a new form of currency. Over time, they stopped backing currency by gold. In about 1971, the US government, because that is the world economy, stopped backing their dollar by gold. And when this happened, other countries followed suit. It was during this period that actually the economy started growing very well and very fast. But that also means inflation started eating away the value of the system. And if you don't know what inflation is, I have a video about it in my channel. You can watch it after this video. So inflation started eating away the buying potential of the dollar, but it actually made the economy grow a lot faster. But here's the problem: money is not actually paper or anything. The true value of money is cutting from belief. So if people stop believing in that currency, what happens? There's a problem. Because if people's faith in that currency dies, the money also dies too. That is the main problem. And we've seen this chaos happen over and over again. For example, in Germany after World War II, what the government did was that they printed a lot of cash in order to pay for the casualties caused by the war, which caused the German money to lose a lot of its value. And it caused them to enter recession. Okay, and it caused prices of things and essential commodities to skyrocket. Also in Venezuela, where people no longer have confidence in their currency and their money. This is the problem with the modern economy. So is there a way out? Is there going to be a way out? The problem is, as long as people don't believe in that thing, it's no longer like identified as money, no matter how reasonable the thing may look or how the facts say it is. As long as people don't believe it, it is not accepted. If everybody believes my phone is valuable, then we'll use it as a form of exchange and they will accept it. If nobody believes that the phone is valuable, nobody ever accepts that it's valuable, that means it's useless and they cannot be using it. That's how money works. Once people lose trust in money, they no longer use it, they discard it. That's the same thing that happened with shells and trade and barter. People started losing trust in them and so discarded them. So where are we now? We are in the age where Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is starting to make waves. But really, is it going to be the currency of the future? Bitcoin was made after the 2008 banking crisis. It gave people a different way of thinking. They were like, what if we stopped relying on bank? Bitcoin is crypto and it's not centralized. It's completely decentralized. It's just mass computers and believers. It solves a lot of problems that we had in the old currencies because it's by being decentralized, meaning that your money isn't regulated by the bank. So is this the answer to all our problems? Well, the answer is no, not for now, because the problem is that it's not the money. The problem is the people who believe it. And the problem with people is that their beliefs change over time. So it doesn't matter what you use now, it will never be used for the next forever. That doesn't work. The problem is that it keeps changing, the same way people's beliefs keep changing. So no matter what currency you use now, it always change. So the real question now is, what is the best money and what can we do? Because crypto doesn't actually solve the problem. It's just a question if there actually is a problem in a centralized system. So what's your decision? Trust the government or do you trust code? Which do you trust? Because in the end, there's no real permanent solution to this problem. So just keep on evolving and evolving until we all die. Sad, but it's true. So here we are. Money isn't paper, it's not gold, and it's not code either. It's just simply what we all believe and are willing to accept. So money is actually more mindset, or as Dave Ramsey says, money is spiritual. So money is actually more mindset than it is asset. That made sense. Money is more mindset than it is assets. And that's what we need to know. It's more like a game. So the person who wins is actually the person who can control the majority of the masses. The majority of the masses adopt crypto. Crypto wins. The majority of the masses still trust the government. The government wins. That's just how the game works. So it's he who can manipulate the masses that wins the most. So if you really want to master the game, you don't just learn finance, you also learn mass psychology. You learn how to play the game, how to actually think, so you can actually get ahead. That's my opinion. If you found this video helpful, you can hit the like button and subscribe. If this is your first time watching this video, you can click away. If this is your second time watching, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe. See you next week.